When out camping, out backpacking, sleep can be vital. You can get good night's sleep, you can get fair night's sleep, or you can get no sleep at all. I know whenever I've been out camping and I don't have a good sleeping pad, man, I do not get good sleep. And it's important that you get a good quality night's sleep because you're making memories out here. And you don't want to have a bad attitude while you're out camping or hiking with your family or friends. When backpacking in a remote area, sleep is important. Now, I'm not saying that sleep isn't important at other times, but when you're out camping, you know, you're pretty active generally, so you want to make sure you get a good night's sleep. So I can tell you that for me, getting a good quality sleep is important because it's directly related to my attitude. I know, it's a surprise, but most people are this way. So I would really recommend that you get a good night's sleep, and your sleeping pad is what's going to help you with that. I am Joshua Ham, and I have been living a healthier lifestyle over the last few years. This channel is all about the why, the how, and what adventures I am going on throughout my life, with my family, of course. John Robert and my son, we're getting ready for several outings that are going to take us to Big Bend National Park, several state parks, and this summer we're going to end up at Philmont Scouting Ranch on an excursion there with the Scouts. Our family's first real big outdoor adventure in a while is going to be tackling the South Rim at Big Bend National Park. Now, some of y'all might be asking, why is this going to be our first one? And that's okay because, well, we haven't been going out and hiking and camping and all that other good stuff that goes along with being healthier and living an outdoor lifestyle. As a young adult, I did a lot of hiking, camping, and other outdoor activities that were a lot of fun. I did this with my 3 brothers and my cousins, and it was just a lot of fun. Well, I gave up that whenever I started getting overweight. And so now we're going back to it after Renee and I got healthier. Now, we have some equipment, but let's be honest, it's kind of old. I would say most of it's probably 25 plus years old, and it's time to get an update. This is the equipment that I currently have has been what I used as a teenager whenever I was going hiking and camping with my family. And I know to make it a more enjoyable experience for John Robert and Renee, and of course myself, we need to update our equipment. Before we get too far in this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and hit the little bell icon so you get notifications of what's going on with this channel. Now back to why we're getting all this new equipment. So John Robert and I will be going on a 7-day excursion at Philmont Scout Ranch, and we will, like I said, be going on a few other hiking adventures just to make sure we get familiarized with our equipment. After doing some research on YouTube and other review sites, I came down to that the Big Agnes Air Insulated Core Ultra, man, that's a mouthful, was the best sleeping pad for me. And this is what it looks like rolled up. And really, I knew that I needed to upgrade my situation because I was about to embark on these trips with the same pad that I used as a kid, which was a roll-up foam pad that my dad had bought from an Army surplus store from in the 80s maybe, let's say the 80s, maybe early 90s. And I needed to desperately upgrade the sleeping pad that I was on. Now, my dad had bought at one point a Thermarest that we could use, but I don't know if you remember Thermarest. They were about yay thick. Let's see, about yay thick. And yeah, they worked whenever I was 12 years old and had less weight on me, had a little harder hips, or maybe I could recover a little bit easier. But nowadays, I need something that has some thickness to it that matches my current situation that I have with my body type. So I had to choose a pad that helped me support my hips, support my shoulders, and I could get a good night's sleep on. So you might be asking yourself, why did I choose a Big Agnes Air Insulated Core Ultra? Man, once again, that's a lot. I'll get it eventually. But the reason I chose it is that it was 3.5 inches thick on the sides and tapered into the center of the pad, being 3.25 inches thick, which meant that it would keep me rolled up in the center. It wouldn't, because I remember back in the day, I'd have my arm off here and I'd be on my side and I'd only have a little bit of room left on it. So that leads me to the next reason that I wanted this sleeping pad, was that it was 25 inches wide, and most Thermarest or most pads are 20 inches wide, which gives me another extra 5 inches that I can use to sleep on, because I am a side sleeper by nature. The last thing that influenced my decision to get this pad was that the price. Now, you don't want to go out there and spend a lot of money on these things. You want to make sure you get the best deal for what you're looking for. And this, to me, was the best deal. It cost me $86 and some change, and maybe some tax in there to get this sleeping pad, where it retailed for about $139. So I would encourage you to look at REI, backcountry.com, and neither one of those are sponsors of this video today. I don't even have a sponsor, period. I just wanted to share my experience with this and why I chose it. Also, this pad comes with a lifetime warranty, which a lot of the companies have some type of 3-year warranty, 5-year warranty. Hopefully you never have to use that warranty, but it's there if you need it. Overall, this pad met a lot of the criteria I needed. Like I said, it's 25 inches versus the 20 inches. It's 3.5 inches on the sides wall, and it tapers down to the 3.25. That's huge for me. Adding the extra 5 inches is big. So that's why one of the biggest reasons I chose this. Now, some of the things that I now know after using this pad is that I really should have bought the 78-inch pad, because I'm 6'1", and I also sleep on my side. So sometimes I sleep with my knees curled up a little bit. Sometimes I sleep with my legs straight out. So I don't know, and having my feet hang off the pad kind of is a mild annoyance that it sometimes wakes me up. So I really would encourage you, if you're 5'11" or more, I would encourage you to get the 78-inch versus the 72-inch length pad. One of the last things I considered was that the pad, whenever it rolled up, you see here, it's pretty small. So it's 4 inches by 8.5 inches when rolled up. It also came with a way to inflate it, which is a pad versus, so you don't have to sit there and constantly try to breathe into this thing to get it to air up. If you want to make it a 4-season pad, you can add that foam pad underneath it that would help it insulate so it doesn't have that transfer of heat and melt the snow and get all lumpy. But if you're doing that, you need probably a different sleeping pad. So that's what it is, the additional information for the Big Agnes Ultra Air sleeping pad.